Right now, we live in a world where privacy is for the professional, it's for the expert, it's for the rich, it's for the elite, it is for the privileged. But we can't live in a free world where privacy is a privilege. Privacy has to be a right. It has to be accessible to everyone if it's going to actually matter.
Staying private these days is incredibly difficult, and there are so many levels on which our activity is monitored that it can seem overwhelming and a waste of time to even try. But there are many choices we can make in our day-to-day lives that do make a difference. In this video series, I explain how the tech around you works so that you can be empowered to make more privacy-conscious choices. Today, I'm going to talk about what Snowden has to say about the incredible scope of surveillance around us, from smart homes to NSA programs like STELLARWInd and TURBULENCE.
You still can have privacy.
Privacy is possible, but it's not convenient. But you know what is convenient? Having your fridge sense that you've run out of milk and then automatically reorder it for you. Or having a device monitor everything you say all day, just in case you happen to utter the words, "Okay Google, turn off light," in which case you wouldn't have to walk those 2 steps to the switch. So what's Snowden's reaction to these smart fridges and smart homes? The only reason that thing was internet equipped was so that it could report back to its manufacturer about its owner's usage and about any other household data that was obtainable. The manufacturer, in turn, would monetize that data by selling it. And we were supposed to pay for the privilege. And yet people seem more than happy to invite this surveillance into their homes. In fact, I used to have an Alexa when they first came out because it seemed like a really cool new tech gadget that I could test out. But after a while, it started to feel really creepy because this thing was listening to me at all times. Snowden mentions how we quite happily put these things into our homes, even our bedrooms, to log all habits and preferences, not to mention fetishes and kinks, that would then be developed into advertising algorithms and converted into cash. The data we generate just by living, or just by letting ourselves be surveilled by living, would enrich private enterprise and impoverish our private existence in equal measure. My first recommendation in this video is avoid smart appliances with Wi-Fi capabilities. Not only are these devices monitoring your actions at all times, but they're also using your data without your consent and without your knowledge. They're also very insecure. Your fridge could be used to hack into your Wi-Fi, which would put all the other devices connected to your network at risk. Now, I love tech. I love companies creating value for me, but I've just started to make more conscious choices about the kind of tech that I allow into my life. More and more, I'm gravitating towards the cool tech that actually enhances my privacy, rather than that which monitors me all day and siphons my data. It also worries me where this data is going and that it's all being stored by government. It's collected both through direct orders that were kept secret from the public and clandestine subversion efforts that were kept secret from the companies themselves. And the sheer amount of data that is currently being collected and stored forever is mind-boggling. It's a permanent record, and at any time the government could dig through the past communications of someone it wanted to victimize in search of a crime. So how exactly is this surveillance carried out? The program STELLARWInd is the NSA's biggest secret, and it's one of the revelations that Snowden provided us with. The NSA's most secret surveillance program, collecting communications since 2001, an historic effort to achieve total access to and clandestinely take possession of the records of all digital communications in existence. The 2 most prominent internet surveillance methods are PRISM, which enables the NSA to collect data from companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, your fridge company, etc., and what's called upstream collection. This is where the NSA is able to capture the data directly from the internet infrastructure itself, from the routers, and also tapping the internet service providers themselves. So now let's break down what happens during upstream collection. Basically, you type in any URL into a web browser, and before that request even gets to the intended servers, it first passes through NSA servers. Turbulence is the name of this weapon, and the first part of it is called turmoil. Turmoil is where your data is passively collected. It makes a copy of all the data passing through and then stores it forever. Then, if turmoil flags your traffic for any reason, maybe you typed in anonymous internet proxy or protest, then your activity has become suspicious. This triggers turbine, which is the active collection of your data. Basically, your traffic is then rerouted to the NSA servers and a bit of malware is injected into the traffic channel, which is delivered to you along with whatever website you requested. You get all the content you want want, along with all the surveillance you don't. And it all happens in less than 686 milliseconds. Completely unbeknownst to you. Once these exploits or malware are in your computer, the NSA has complete control over your system. So learning about all this for me was pretty overwhelming. Just to recap, every single thing you do on the internet is being captured and stored forever, and it's all linked to your identity. This is chilling. It makes me immediately want to start reclaiming my privacy. Now, this doesn't have to mean throwing all of my electronics in the ocean. It just means making smarter choices and getting educated about the tech around us. Technology can be an incredibly liberating thing if you learn how to use it, but if you don't, then that ignorance can be used against you. In this ongoing privacy series, I'm going to be giving you some really simple tools so that you can be living a more privacy-conscious lifestyle. In my last video, I talked about using Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi and why gadgets like this are so handy, and in my next video I'm going to be talking about more private transactions online. Today my main takeaway is limit the number of smart devices in your home and be careful which devices you allow to connect to your internet, because something as innocuous as a fridge could be a gateway for allowing hackers to access the rest of your network. Also, just be aware that your computer may already be compromised and actively monitored. I'll keep going over small changes you can be making in your lives to give you back more control over your data and give you back more of your privacy. Change is always hard and learning new things is always hard, but some of these tools are super easy and the privacy gain that you get because of it is definitely worth it. It's time to reclaim our privacy and not be complacent. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell so you get notifications of future videos, and leave a comment below if you have privacy concerns or if there's anything you'd like me to cover in my videos. Thanks so much for watching.
Internet relay chat. I got a load of MSR dumps the offload stat. I just hope there ain't no rest up in the channel, cause we need another low sex scandal.